This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Big cities and small cities both have advantages based on lifestyle and location. This means that when an individual chooses to live in either a big city or a small city, he/she forgoes certain advantages while at the same time attaining others. Small cities are characterized by a scarce population and a relatively simple life. On the contrary, life in big cities is typified by commotion and impersonal relationships. All over the globe, there are big cities and small cities. According to Fischer, those who prefer big cities do so because of the facilities that are found in these cities. This paper is going to compare and contrast big cities and small cities. One of the apparent similarities between big cities and small cities is that both have amenities like electricity, good roads, and running water. These amenities make individuals have similar experiences regardless of whether they live in a big or a small city. In addition, these amenities are the main factor that differentiates small and big cities from rural areas. Another critical similarity between small and big cities, according to Fischer, is that both have streets, which residents use to locate their homes. Cities, whether big or small, normally have a population occupying them, a factor that enables residents to have a normal life. Another significant similarity between big cities and small cities is that both of them have a relatively large concentration of facilities, such as hospitals and schools. This provides city residents with a wide variety of choices regarding treatment and education. Both big cities and small cities have recreational facilities like entertainment venues, parks, and art centers like museums. Lastly, the public transport system is common in big and small cities. One of the main differences between big and small cities can be seen in the cost of living. Most commodities, ranging from foodstuff to houses, are expensive in big cities compared to small cities. For example, the cost of acquiring a house in a big city and furnishing it is more expensive compared to a small city. When it comes to the modern necessities of life, big cities provide more options to the residents. This is because, in big cities, there are more convenience stores, electronic shops, and supermarkets than in small cities. A more visible difference between small and big cities can be seen in terms of buildings. Big cities are characterized by huge spectacular buildings that are not found in small towns. The considerable buildings in big cities are normally meant to accommodate the large population in these cities. Another visible difference can be seen in public transport. Big cities have more traffic than small cities, and the transport systems are usually efficient. However, residents of big cities often have to put up with cumbersome traffic. Another difference between big and small cities mentioned by Fischer is that big cities offer a wide range of cultural exposure and entertainment options as opposed to small cities. The differences between small and big cities can also be seen in terms of nature and warmth. In small cities, it is possible to enjoy nature and friendly relationships as opposed to big cities where story buildings, technology, and industries have interfered with nature. In small cities, people are relatively friendly and may smile at strangers, which is very rare in big cities. This is because people living in big cities are normally consumed by their work. Fischer also maintains that large populations in big cities make cooperation between people difficult. Tranquility is also a factor that shows the difference between big cities and small cities. Many young people commonly believe in the notion that big cities are exciting and full of fun while small cities are boring. On the contrary, older people hold the view that big cities are noisy and annoying, while small cities are comfortable and calm. Another difference between big and small cities can be seen in terms of crime. Big cities normally have a higher crime rate compared to small cities. This can be attributed to the presence of many young people who migrate to big cities in search of opportunities but end up idle. On the other hand, small towns are not a preferred destination choice by young immigrants, hence, High crime rates and criminal gangs are not ordinary in small cities. Most large cities are multicultural and offer a variety of dining. Residents of big cities can have different meals from various cultures. On the other hand, small cities may have few restaurants offering limited types of food. In terms of prices and food quality, small cities have been known to offer fresh produce at a lower price than large cities. But the prices of other commodities are normally higher in small cities due to the absence of megastores that offer significant discounts. Fischer has argued that a sense of order drives those big cities, while the feeling of belonging to the same community predominates small cities. For example, traffic rules are strictly enforced in big cities, while residents of small cities never care that much about these rules, and trying to enforce these rules may be met with resentment. Big cities and small cities also have environmental differences. The environment in a big city is more polluted as compared to that of a small city. This is brought about by the presence of several large industries and the enormous waste generated by the residents of big cities. In addition, a small city is quieter than a big city, a factor that enables residents of a small city to have a peace of mind. Another difference between a big city and a small one is that residents of a small city can have enough time to rest because they are relatively free compared to their counterparts in big cities. When it comes to specialized services like receiving treatment from great doctors and surgeons, people in big cities have more access to these services than residents of small cities. The differences and similarities between big and small cities can be viewed as a continuum point. This is because these similarities and differences keep changing, making it difficult to draw a clear boundary between them. Big cities possess elements of small cities, and small cities also have some features of big cities. Whether big or small, cities are usually characterized by modern structures and urban lifestyles. The difference is that these urban features are more pronounced in big cities. Did you like this big cities versus small cities, compare and contrast sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs, without even having to register.